Hello, and thanks for joining me today. My name is Brendan Quirk. I'm the Access Coordinator for the Land Trust of Santa Cruz County. Today, we are going on a mountain biking tour of the West Glenwood Preserve. These trails are currently open to the public, and we invite you to come out and enjoy them. They are currently set up to be one-way, a series of one-way loops, and that allows users to maintain social distance and not encounter each other to keep everybody safe. These trails are open to hiking and dog walking on leash, and also to mountain biking. So they're a multi-use trail system that has been designed to be accommodating and enjoyable for all those different uses. As you can see, the grade that I'm climbing here is quite gradual. We try to keep the climbing grades between 5 and 12%, sometimes just slightly steeper for short periods. Now I've come up behind some hikers here, and they are documenting a California king snake hiding in the grass, and I get a brief view of that. See the black and white striped snake there. So that's something to look out for. Lots of wildlife at the preserve. Deer are very common, bobcats, lots of bird activity. It's really quite a wonderful place that feels quite wild and is also very close to an urban area. The 3.5 miles of trail on the West Preserve were constructed in 2018 in a collaboration between the Land Trust and Mountain Bikers of Santa Cruz. The Land Trust raised the funds through generous donations from our membership, and Mountain Bikers of Santa Cruz designed and built the trails with their trail crew and lots of dedicated volunteers. I've been biking through the Orange Loop Trail, which goes through this coyote brush, chaparral, and coastal prairie ecosystem. And soon I'll transition into a mixed woodland with these sprawling coast live oak trees and hazel bushes, some smaller Douglas fir. That's a really great part about this preserve, is that in just 3.5 miles of trails, you'll travel through several different ecosystems. The Mountain Bikers of Santa Cruz are really great at designing and building these trails that are windy and serpentine and feel organic and hug the landscape. They're really fun to ride. We've got these gentle weaving climbs and a little drain dip that a hiker would just step over. All of a sudden becomes a fun little jump for a mountain biker. So there's these elements of design that work really well for both user groups. Now we're on the green loop, which provides several really spectacular views of the West Preserve and also across Glenwood Drive, the East Preserve, which isn't open to the public quite yet, but we hope to open soon. You can see all the way to Scotts Valley and across the highway from here, and it's really a great spot to take a break and enjoy the scenery. Some of you may be noticing the surface of the trail is quite rocky at times and then other times smooth. The bedrock, which is mudstone in a lot of Scotts Valley, is fairly close to the surface and is also relatively soft. So it can make for pretty good trail tread, is somewhat easy to break up with hand tools or machinery, and then can be formed into a pretty smooth surface. Now we're on the yellow loop trail, which is on the farthest northern part of the property. And as you can see, the ecosystem has changed yet again. Now we're in a redwood forest with sword fern and elderberry, understory with tan oaks, and these towering second growth redwood trees. The redwood duff makes for a really great trail surface. It's got a lot of cushion and it gets really smooth over time in use, and it's quite forgiving and relatively easy to build with. So I like it. Now we've come back around to where we started and we're headed back to the trailhead. Thanks for joining me on this mountain biking tour of Glenwood. Come out and hike the trails or bike the trails. This is one of 3 properties that the Land Trust manages, which is open to the public right now. You can also go and visit Antonelli Pond in Santa Cruz or Davenport Bluffs up the coast on Route 1. So I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I'll see you on the trails.